Hi, my name's Jennifer. I'm a careers advisor from Skills Development Scotland, and today I'm going to give you an introduction to apprenticeships in Scotland. And later on, we'll be hearing directly from apprentices, and they'll be speaking to Garry Spence and Cassi from Clyde 1. Today, I was just going to answer a few questions around apprenticeships. So an apprenticeship is where you're in a job, you're getting paid for doing that job, and you're working towards qualifications. Some people think that it's only trades that you get an apprenticeship in, but that couldn't be further from the truth. There's absolutely loads of apprenticeships that you can do within finance, retail, cyber security. There's absolutely loads.
David, how you doing, my man?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Am I right in saying you're in London right now?
No, Glasgow. Yeah, based in Glasgow.
Sorry, but that's me. Got off to a flyer. Right, so what's the story then? 'Cause you're a graduate apprentice, right?
Yeah, so I'm a graduate apprentice. So my kind of journey started into apprenticeships through, so I first of all done a modern apprenticeship for my local council. From that, I kind of decided I wanted to take that kind of progression from modern to graduate apprenticeship.
Cool, and how are you finding it?
It's great. I love Sky. Compared to my old company, they weren't quite as fast and forward moving. So Sky are constantly moving and just, it's great.
It's a good answer. You're always going to say that about your employer. You're always going to say you love them.
You have got one of the coolest job titles I think I've ever read. I mean, tell me you've got that on a business card somewhere.
I've got it as many places as possible.
Oh, yeah, you've like senior threat intelligence. That's very much my game. You're doing a modern apprenticeship, business admin.
So I'm an apprentice software developer. I kind of go by technology graduate apprentice too.
How did you end up being an apprentice?
I just applied online for the Gleneagles apprenticeship that came up. I honestly had no idea what I wanted to do when I left school. I'd applied for college, I went to college interviews. I was not able to go to uni because I didn't have the degree. Grew up like living in Knockjarder, so I'd always been and lived near it. So I just thought, oh, we'll just give it a shot. And then 5 years later, I'm still at the hotel and completed the apprenticeship. So.
You would do an apprenticeship through the employer, and you would get training through university or through college, and it would be through an inclusive environment so that you would be getting support available through your apprenticeship.
What was the interview like then? You said it wasn't easy. Talk us through the process.
It was, you do like an application, you like fill out an application, they ask you different questions about yourself and things like that, and where you see yourself after like your apprenticeship and things like that. You've done a presentation, and then they're asking you like follow-up questions and things like that.
So was it quite daunting for you at 16 to decide to go for that? Like, were you nervous at all? Or
it's with the SQA, so it's the exam board I'm working with. So I was like, I don't really know what to expect. I kind of always thought, oh, it's just exams. But it's something completely different. Like, it's an organisation with nearly 1,000 employees.
So I used to work in a call centre basically, so I'd been there for like 7 years. Sky were offering technical apprentices and you didn't need anything really to get in, so that's why I went for it.
When I was in like fifth year, I went to this JP Morgan event. It was like Generation Tech. And then I spoke to one of the organisers on the day, and they were like, oh, well, do you know what? Like, this is what a lot of us actually do for a living. So we've got this apprenticeship if you like to apply for. So I applied for it, and then, studied for my hires, sat those hires, I got the offer, and then I left.
This is it?
Yeah.
Do you love it?
I love it. It's amazing.
You look like you love it.
Anyone can do an apprenticeship if that's what you want to do. Like college or university, there'll be certain qualifications for apprenticeships that you would need to get in, but anyone in the class could do one.
So, what does it actually mean?
Yes.
What does it mean? Great question. The first time when I got the job, it was, I'm not really sure what I'm getting myself into here, but it's basically looking at the banks at NatWest's branch estate, looking at people who are going in to rob banks or steal money from ATMs, and trying to work out, where the threat is, so where most of the attacks are happening.
I want to know what, it takes you to even think about getting involved in an apprenticeship like that.
I was in school, kind of 15 years old. Someone came in from the bank and said, look at all these different things that you can do. And pretty much caught me straight away when I was 15. On my 16th birthday, I was already filling in the application on my birthday, which was fairly sad, but showed how excited I was to try and apply for the apprenticeship. The school's careers advisor that was involved in my school in Edinburgh, I think really kind of pointed me in that direction, which I think suited me the best. Really helped me steer in the right direction with that, and ultimately it's worked out pretty well. I think I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
Apprenticeships are not just about bricklaying or becoming a joiner or becoming a sparky, are they? They do so much, right?
It's about being brave and almost spontaneous in terms of looking at different things. When I was 15, 16, I definitely didn't think I was going to be working in finance, but it was one of these things that, like most people, you kind of end up and then you kind of pursue if you really enjoy it.
And that's why I think that you shouldn't feel under about yourself just because you're doing an apprenticeship. You should feel proud that you're doing an apprenticeship, and I feel so proud now that I've completed it. So there's endless lists of things, and it's really about drilling that out to people now in terms of parents and both the kind of pupils at school as well.
So why do people do apprenticeships? The reasons like going to college or university, with the addition of wanting to earn while you study and build new skills. You're getting paid for it, you're working towards qualifications, you're building on your skills, you're meeting new people, and you're working alongside the employer in a work environment.
A really good thing about it too is that you learn whilst you also earn. So you're also earning a salary as well.
The pay's actually really good, and the pay's really competitive for what it is, especially at Sky. So like, I wouldn't worry about doing that. Just worry about, your mental health and where you're going to be and where you want to be, and just try and absolutely push through and go for it.
So it's like, not only are you getting your HNC, you're getting the work experience, right? So you're getting to be like hands-on with it all. You're earning the money.
Most of my mates, I'm sure Cassie's mates didn't, and some of them still don't. They just fell into a degree because they thought, well, I've got to go to university.
I chose like a foundation apprenticeship, and that was an IT software. I kind of chose that because I was okay, that would be like a good flavour of what my degree would be like if I go into software development.
When that foundation apprenticeship's completed, that's the equivalent of a hire, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
There's so many opportunities through apprenticeships out there, and they just give you an opportunity to really get good qualifications and get a wage. And yeah, that's not the highlight for me, the wage, but it's an important part because, again, goes back to the point, it allows you to save for your future, which unfortunately you do need money every day, don't you?
So what do you do as an apprentice? You would become an employee for the company, you would be working for them. You would be gaining qualifications, working towards that. It would enhance your CV because you're building on new skills and you're getting hands-on experience in the job.
Where do you want to be in 10 years? There's a deep one. Where do you see yourself? What's the dream?
Oh, I'm grateful for being in any job and just being back at work in hospitality. But I think overall, I'd probably like to have my own small cafe sort of place, just something, because I love cooking and customer base. I'd love to be able to create something that is a bit
Mixes
of
all.
Yeah.
Probably a house, car. Other than that, in terms of work, I've got plenty of time to think about it. I'm only 19. I've actually not even thought about it that day. I'm just trying to get through, these couple of years.
Yeah, get through lockdown.
I cannot say I even know. I'm really just hoping that Sky will kind of show me somewhere, and I'll eventually find kind of, what department, what kind of area I want to be in. I really want to get people into their, sort of dream jobs, dream roles, and I think doing apprenticeships is such a big thing. Although I want to still obviously continue with Sky, I do want to try and underpin that with trying to get people in to do our apprenticeships and do other apprenticeships.
I would really like to be somewhere abroad. I would want to earn loads of money in a hot country.
Flawless.
Oh my God, that's a dream.
Why would you not want any of that?
From the start to where you are right now, what would you say you've done that's made you feel best about yourself?
I think being nominated for Graduate Apprentice of the Year, and I also shortlisted massive achievement. Thank you very much. Something I find I'm kind of passionate about is diversity and inclusion within the workplace, and also just educating society, because one thing that I'm part of is Aviva Pride.
I mean, I was actually just going to say before that I can't stress enough the importance, I think, for companies to be having programs like this. It's just, David, your family must be so proud of you, because it just seems like you've got everything under control, and it seems like you're going to really honestly go places.
So what type of apprenticeships are there? There are 3 types of apprenticeships. The first is a foundation apprenticeship. So a foundation apprenticeship would be done while you're still at school. There are different levels of foundation apprenticeships. There's SCQF level 4, level 5 and level 6. Within level 6, you could choose to do that over 1 year or a 2-year framework. You'd be working towards a qualification, so you would be studying at college. You would also gain a work placement. With your qualification, that can be used towards university, for college, or for an apprenticeship as well. Modern apprenticeships are available after school. That's where you would work for the employer. You would get paid while you're working towards your qualification, and that would usually be through training through college, and you could also get specific training on the job. A graduate apprenticeship is available for when you leave school. You would be working for the employer. You would go to university, you would get paid in the job, you would be working towards a degree, and sometimes it's available at master's level. So a graduate apprenticeship will help you build the skills and knowledge that Scottish industries need.
What do you get up to in your spare time? I know obviously the answer to that right now for everyone is hee-haw, but what are your interests?
So a lot of time, if I'm not working, I'm either like studying, or I'll try like catch up with my friends.
Either playing golf or playing football, like sports orientated, or go and watch someone get beat every week. So.
How would you say apprenticeships are different to college or uni? What might you say the advantages were?
I think for me, it's, if you have that, kind of can-do attitude and you want to work and learn in a kind of workplace environment, I think that's absolutely brilliant. I mean, the support that you get from every single person that I've met within the bank, and I'm sure it's similar for others as well, has been really exceptional. I think you just get that, on the job experience and all the different experiences that go along with that. And also, making money at the end of it is great.
What would you say to somebody who's even considering an apprenticeship?
I would do it, absolutely do it. Best decision I've ever made, especially because, yes, as well as like picking up skills within that industry, you'll be picking up like interpersonal skills. So like you'll be able to like critically think a lot better and problem solve. You'll be able to communicate, teamwork, lead. You'll get a bit of confidence, and those kind of skills are used in like any job.
It's really just given me the opportunity to change my life, change my career, and put me where I want to be. And I'll continue to, keep advocating for apprenticeships. And really, I wish that I could have had one when I was young, but I've got one now, and it's been great so far. So yeah,
just gives you so much opportunity. It's great for meeting people, and it's great for connections in the future. It's just an amazing start to anyone's career, would be the best way to put it.
There's such a wide range of apprentices, whether it's the graduate apprenticeship or the modern one or the foundation one, because I think a lot of people, whether they're in their early 20s, a lot of people much older find themselves thinking, I am not enjoying what I'm doing, but they'd never think about, all of the number of opportunities that are out there. Josh, thank you for taking the time to speak to us. Sounds like you're getting everything out of this apprenticeship. It's just a shame your friends haven't, and you've refused to fix their exam results. But
good luck with it all. Good luck with the rest of the studies as well.
Thanks so much. It's been lovely speaking to you.
No, thank you so much for the opportunity. It was lovely.
No, pleasure, man. Thanks, George. Get picture it.
Oh God, how awkward! That'll make the cut.
Unless you're going to give me his money, right? Don't give me his name.
Right.
I think that was fantastic to hear from the apprentices, the positivity, the enthusiasm, and just how much they're enjoying the opportunity to do an apprenticeship. So do you like the sound of it as well? Do you feel that an apprenticeship could be for you? If so, you can visit www.apprenticeships.scot, or you could speak to your careers advisor or your teacher for further information. But thank you very much for your time. I hope you found the information useful, and it was great to hear from the apprentices.